Hey Sam, what are we doing here?
Okay, mate. Fuel gauge has dropped down a little bit, so I thought I'd dump a couple of cans in while everyone's sitting around.
Yeah, no, that's the go. Do you mind if I give you a helpful hint here?
Yeah, mate, yeah, absolutely. Sure.
I'm just looking at your drum you got here. I notice all this dirt around here. This is really common in this sort of country.
Yeah, mate, I think I spilled a bit as I filled it up and the diesel stuck to it. And where there's diesel, there's dust, I guess.
Yeah. Look, from my experience, this is something that we really need to clean up really properly before we take the fuel out. I mean, yeah, we've got a filter system on the vehicle that's going to help clean, but I'm just a great believer in don't make the situation worse. It's bad enough that we have to use drum fuel, but when we're looking at this here, how bad this is, you know, we need to clean that before we get any of that in the tank.
How bad could this be to the motor, mate?
Oh, look, this is really bad because this is actually very, very fine. This is very fine dust, which means it'll go through most things. It won't go through a really good filter until it can get blocked up enough it can be forced through, but yeah, why do we want it in the tank there? You know, let's keep the stuff out.
Yep, okay, so what do you reckon?
What I often do, I mean, I don't have one here today, but a brush is good, but if you don't have a brush, I have a can of degreaser or a can of something like that. I just give it a little spray. You can see how that softens that up, and then a bit of rag. Just get the thing cleaned off here, because when you tip that up, if you're going to tip that down a funnel, even this stuff here is going to fall into that funnel. So just give it a really good clean up with a little bit of this stuff. It doesn't take much to clean it off, and I mean, let's give the fuel injection system the best chance it can have.
Pumps, injectors, cylinders,
all that stuff
pistons
can all be damaged. Yep. Yeah. If you damage your injectors with this, then that creates bad fuel spray in your cylinders, so therefore you can end up with engine damage. So, you know, we've still got a fair way to go yet. So,
I actually noticed my filler cap's a bit dirty as well. It's sitting behind the car and obviously a little bit wet. I guess the same thing applies, doesn't it?
It does. Look, there's nothing like diesel to gather dust. It's horrible, and it doesn't matter how careful you are filling it, you're going to get a bit on there. And in these conditions, it's going to gather dust in just a few minutes of driving down the road. So I just apply the same principle, you know. Give the thing a really good wipe and a really good clean before you put whether you're putting a hose in or whether you're putting a funnel in or whatever. And the same goes for the funnel. If you're going to use a funnel, make sure it's nice and clean as well before you use it. And it takes another minute or two longer, but could save you, even to save you a filter change in the middle of the desert. If you don't have to do it, why do it?
Yeah, that's right. And just engine longevity, you know. A lot of guys who own diesels want to get big Ks out of those motors, and these sort of things make the difference.
It does make the difference, because all those parts in the diesel up the front, they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, my word. All right, thanks, mate.
No worries.